What is up, my little spirits? We are back again with another video today, and today I am going to be listing off my favorite summer megamixes. So yeah, if you guys saw my last video, link will be in the description for that. I went over my favorite year-end megamixes from each year. This time I'm going to go over specifically the megamixes that were released in the summertime. Granted, I definitely don't binge listen to these as much as like official year-end megamixes. So for this list, it's going to be a little less objective in terms of what aspects I'm looking for, and more so subjective in terms of how I recall myself feeling while I was listening to them, in terms of just like how amazed I was. And before we start, I just want to address the fact that as opposed to the last video where I started in 2011 and went through 2020, this video I'm going to start in 2015 and go through 2020, just because I don't recall many people making summer megamixes prior to 2015. If they were, maybe like DJ Earworm was, I don't remember listening to them. 2015 I think is when I started actually hearing people put out mashups throughout the year as opposed to just at the very end. Okay, so the first one that I am going to be talking about is from an artist that you guys may or may not be familiar with. Originally, they went by the name of Fire Elite Motion, and then they changed their name to Holocron, and then they kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth. If you track down any of their social media links, all of them are offline, say that the account doesn't exist, that there's not a page there anymore. And I honestly don't know what happened to their account. I've tried asking some people that they were relatively close to, and I haven't gotten any definitive answers. So I am just making the assumption that they lost their passion for content creation, if my camera would focus. And because of that, they decided that they're going to not continue with making mashups and pursue other endeavors. But yeah, I think they did a really good job of making their 2015 summer megamix really fluid and just flow well. So I'm going to include a snippet of the megamix here in this video right now. I'm also going to include a download link to the full megamix because I don't think you can find it on YouTube or anywhere else, and I want you guys to be able to experience what I did back in 2015. Okay, and then continuing this list for 2016, I'm going to be including DJ Flapjack's Summer Megamix. So again, like I mentioned, I'm not going to be as objective with this list as I was with my last one about the year megamixes, because this megamix, although there are a few technical things that you could focus on, like quality of the songs, how well it flowed, I was still very new to seeing other mashup artists that weren't like Daniel Kim and his Pop Anthology, and I just remember hearing this megamix and how it included so many songs that other mashup artists weren't using, especially from Melanie Martinez's discography, and I just loved the songs that are used, how they're used, and it just made me very nostalgic when we were only halfway through the year thus far at that point. Okay, and then moving on to 2017, this in my opinion is the best summer megamix of all summer megamixes. This is going to be from my very good friend Blanterko, and he did such an amazing job with this megamix. And again, I love underrated songs being used. I think that the flow was great, and the ending of this one had me in tears. I was just blown away, and this is something that I've mentioned to a couple of my other content creator friends, in that When you want to go for a big moment, especially in the finale, you need to use a powerful acapella on top of a powerful instrumental. If you use a soft or a weak acapella on top of a more powerful instrumental, it gets drowned out and the moment you're going for doesn't get utilized as well. And here they did such a great job of incorporating It Ain't Me by Kygo and Selena Gomez on top of Something Just Like This by the Chainsmokers and Coldplay, and it just hits you. And I just got so overwhelmed with emotion. I definitely incorporated some influences from his 2017 Summer Megamix into my year end. You can hear them especially closer to the finale with some of the acapellas I used and how I used them. But yeah, I go back to this Megamix so much. I think it's his best work to date. Some things like his 2020 Summer Megamix, his 2020 year end in certain spots, and his decade end, those definitely are amazing in their own right, but I still think this was his peak performance, and I am so looking forward to what he has prepared for 2021. I think we're really going to see a lot more growth from him. Okay, so for 2018, I'm going to repeat one of the artists that I included in my last list, and it's actually going to be the same person for the same year. It's going to be Joseph James. So yeah, I think Joseph did an amazing job in 2018. I think that year was filled with so much good music, so it was really easy to take advantage of that for that year, and there are so many high quality files. Again, what I loved about this was I love seeing songs that not too many people are using, and right from the beginning you had songs like Etame La Culpa by Luis Fonsi and Demi Lovato. You have Capital Letters by Haley Steinfeld, and a bunch of other songs that really let you know underrated songs are going to make a presence in this Megamix. And then towards the end, he used the instrumental for Knock Knock, which is one of my favorite songs by Twice. This is actually the Megamix that introduced me to that group, and it's just so upbeat and emotional and happy, and I just loved it so much. It just makes you want to get up and dance along to it. So I think he did a great job in 2018. Like, that was definitely, in my opinion, his best year. And I think, again, with 2021, he is going to blow things away. And then the next artist I'm going to include on the list is Adam Music. Again, repeat offender from the last list I made. And he is going to take the crown for Best 2019 Summer Megamix. So with Adam, over the last couple of years prior, 2017 and 16, I don't think he made things as lyrically based, but then 2018, he definitely tried dabbling into that area, which, as I mentioned before in past videos, DJ Earworm is definitely a lot more well known for that kind of work. But yeah, I think in 2019, Adam really perfected his utilization of lyric-based megamixes in his 2019 Summer Megamix, and focusing on Never Really Over and a lot of different songs that sort of had a similar message to the one that I was going for, because I think we were both making ours Never Really Over based because it's just an amazing song. But I think he definitely did such a phenomenal job with that year. I still listen to that whenever I'm just in like a very happy mood and like going for a walk, you know, with my mask, because we practice being safe in this household. But yeah, I just love that Megamix so much. If there were one thing though, I would say detracts from my love of that Megamix is 2020 came out, and he definitely stepped up the bar, but, and I include this in my comment on the video on his 2020 Summer Megamix, I was expecting, since 2018-19 he was doing lyric-based Summer Megamixes, that he was going to continue that trend in 2020. So while I was watching the 2020 Megamix, I kept thinking, like, when's this going to repeat? The lyrics make no sense. Like, he waited until September for this. And then I listened to it again thinking, wait, what if this wasn't supposed to be lyric based, and realized I was just being an idiot. But yeah, I think he really found a good place in lyric based Megamixes with 2019. Okay, and then finally we have 2020, and the mashup artist I am going to include on the list for this year is actually going to be Mashups. Now, I have been upfront with them in saying that technically there were some problems, mainly with the transitions in this Megamix, and I am definitely no expert at making transitions in Megamixes, so I am just as guilty in this regard. But yeah, I definitely, from an objective point of view, don't find this to be perfect. Here's where I put this on top for summer Megamixes. Again, I even said that Adams was amazing. There was a part in the Megamix where the acapella went from physical to I Love Me to Slow Grenade, something along those lines with How to Be Lonely in the instrumental. I felt like I was listening to a pop anthology Megamix, and just that one section I had on repeat for the next month. I loved it and still love it so much. It makes me feel nostalgic and really gives me hope for a lot of future videos on their channel, that if they're capable of incorporating a section like that, if they can apply the same level of sort of like, not expertise, but just being able to grasp that sort of emotion from me, I think their Megamixes in 2021 and 2022 are going to be phenomenal. So this is definitely a channel to keep your eyes on. But yeah, like, I loved that section of their summer Megamix. And honestly, 2020, I was not a huge fan of a lot of the music that came out, especially because a lot of people were using the same instrumentals. Everyone was using Say So. I am so sick of that song. Everyone was using like Don't Start Now and Rain on Me and Break My Heart. I know I'm just as guilty in this regard. But yeah, I started getting very sick of hearing a lot of instrumentals, so the fact that they used some ones that were not as commonly used, especially because Rita Ora is such an underrated artist in my opinion, that made them stand out a lot more, as opposed to, I know Top 10 Music Official has released so many amazing summer Megamixes, but when they use a song that's been overused, like in 2020 it was Say So, 2019 it was Sweet But Psycho, and then they go ahead and basically copy paste that summer Megamix into their year-end Megamix, I'm no longer certain as to whether or not I should include that in a summer Megamix list or year-end Megamix list, and that goes for other artists, and just repeating the same sections, same instrumentals everyone else is using, and there's no sort of like creativity, in my opinion, when there's just one song that everyone feels the need to use and they go ahead and do so. So yeah, that's why, again, this is more of a subjective versus objective list, because again, even with the technical issues, I still liked hearing Mashups 2020 Megamix for the summer, as opposed to some other artists that may have been more technically professional sounding, if that's the right way to word it. But yeah, so that I know was a bit of a quicker list than some things that you guys may be used to from me, but let me know what summer Megamixes do you guys love from the past few years. If you guys remember anything from prior to 2015, let me know what I forgot about. And what other lists do you guys want me to work on for next time? It can be favorite picks for things, it can be tiering lists, you guys name it. So yeah, till then, peace out.